Good afternoon, my name is Colton Eubanks, and my teammates are Tyler Green and Blake Jones, and we will be covering the package PyGal. In this presentation, Tyler and I will review the package at a high level with a general overview, integration steps, and documentation. Then Blake will illustrate the coding and application with a live tutorial at the end. Ultimately, we chose PyGal because we believe visualizations are the foundation for translating technical analyses into easy-to-read, digestible insights, and that our package is distinguished from many other Python visualization packages in terms of aesthetic capabilities.
Thanks, Colton. So PyGal is an open source Python library which is relatively easy to implement and can be a very powerful tool. Its primary function is visualization. PyGal allows for the easy creation of a robust amount of charts and graphs, far more intricate than many other visualization packages that are available. One primary benefit of the package is that it creates the chart images in SVG format, also known as scalable graphics vector, rather than a simple JPEG format. Colton will go a little bit more into depth on how this helps in a minute before we illustrate it in our tutorial. Another attractive aspect of PyGal is that it only requires a limited amount of code to create these robust and scalable visualizations. Similar to what we learned with Altair earlier in the semester, the graphs are easily altered through small formulaic tweaks to the code. All of these factors, in combination with the intuitive and clean visualizations it enables the user to create, have made PyGal a very popular package to use. In fact, PyGal is downloaded for the first time over 23,000 times each week. This speaks volumes to not only its usefulness, but also its ease of use. With that, I'll hand it back off to Colton to speak more on PyGal's integration into Python.
Integrating PyGal is similar to how one would import Altair and many other packages through pip install. Here, PyCairo wraps and renders SVG images for PyGal under Python coding rather than its base language. Here, Mac iOS users require Homebrew installation, which is a package manager that allows for Cairo dependency to create visualizations within the notebook. The primary benefit of using SVG images is to optimize render speed and display through shapes instead of pixels, which ensures the integrity and the quality of visualizations no matter the size or destination. Additionally, PyGal is known for its quote-unquote sexy visualizations with interactive tooltips, highlighting and filtering, which is all further complemented by an array of color styles and themes similar to that of Tableau and Power BI applications.
Thanks, Colton. So these are a couple simple examples of the visualizations that PyGal can create using only a few lines of code. The chart on the left is a simple bar graph of only one variable, the Fibonacci sequence. As you can see, with a few tweaks of code to define the second variable and to change the chart type, we're able to create a horizontal stacked bar chart of the two variables. This is a high-level example of how simple it is to alter the visualizations in PyGal to get different insights from the same data. Similarly, we easily could have plotted a mean on the graph, changed the style, changed the chart type, and made countless other changes that may have provided other valuable insight. The charts produced are also saved as an SVG file, as seen in the last line of code, meaning they can be easily transferred or changed in size without losing the integrity of the visualizations. Now I'll hand it off to Blake, who's going to walk through some example code using the PyGal package and explain the outputs that it creates.
Thanks, Colton and Tyler. And I can just go a little bit more into how PyGal works and its capabilities. So after installing PyGal, and if you're a Mac user, download Homebrew in your terminal and then use this command, brew install Cairo below, and it'll install the Cairo dependency. You're able to work with PyGal. And since all of us are familiar with pandas, we want to import that as well. So pygal.style allows us to import easy to use and implement styles. So for now, I implemented these, and we can see later how those will work. This allows us to embed visualizations directly into the network. So PyGal is an SVG visualization package, and it differs from PNG in that it offers interactive tooltips, as well as it's made of shapes. So as you move and embed these kind of visualizations on your dashboards or on your website or blog for analysis, it won't lose integrity or it won't look blurry, basically, as you change the size. So we're going to read in this database right here. and kind of take a look at it. And so we see product type, coffee, tea, espresso. I think there's herbal tea as well. So let's look at those product sales. So we do a little bit of aggregation first, mean by category. So we're going to group by the product type and sales. And PyGal, this is the instantiating of a PyGal object. So it offers tons of different visualizations. For right now, we're using dot bar. We can do fill equals true. Style, you can put it as any of the ones mentioned above. So PyBar is going to add this series, and you can name it right here, mean by category. And PyGal or PyBar, name my object, dot X labels, I call that the index of that series. Dot title, we'll give me my title. And display, using this function that I called above, we can now see the product sales by product type in this style. So as it's embedded directly, and it is a SVG, you can directly scroll over each bar and a tooltip will pop up with the exact number. So this is like incredibly beneficial to business users or decision makers. After these visualizations can make quick decisions without having to, guesstimate, is this 196 or is this 190? So here we can move on to a line chart. PyGal does support a date time column. So after we call to date time of this column and do some aggregation of the data, we can create a line chart. So this is essentially the same kind of formula as the bar chart. Just call dot stacked line, fill equals true, style equals clean style. Add our title, our labels, and our data series. Since this data is over 2 years, 2010 to 2011 by month, we're just going to call the first 10 rows. So right now, without using this function and embedding it directly, it just outputs as a PNG. And right here, you can see that over time, we can see directly how it functions and even the month that it was here. So a business user or decision maker can look deeper into that and decide whether they need to look into that further and see which product sales are selling more depending on the time of the month. And so this stacked line object would also support, like adding another data series where it's just date sales over time. And you could put a mask on that and make it espresso. So you can see how your espresso product sales are doing compared to other product sales. So this was just a little walkthrough about the total capabilities of PyGal. There are multiple other visualizations as well as multiple other styles. And so lastly, I'll show exactly what it would look like if you change the style. So here we can see that I changed the style in the rendering. It's pretty cool. So instantly changes the style and allows you to customize your visualizations for whatever kind of situation. Thank you.